Okay, so the walls had some time to dry. Incidentally, I ended up putting another coat on the walls. Just so you guys know, fellow modelers, my problem was, where is the bottle? I like using the Tamiya. Well, what I would do is every time I use the paint, I would thin it down to run through the airbrush. And if I had extra, I would always pour it back in. But as the paint levels went down, I had realized that it was getting really thin. So when I had done the paint, the first layer, it was really, really thin. And believe it or not, see in there? You can see the black underneath. That's actually 3 layers. But it ended up looking good after just about 3.5, 4 coats. And again, I got to get more of the white paint. Okay, so it's had some time to dry. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to a different part. Okay, so we got the walls done. What we got to do now is we actually have to put it onto the deck, onto B deck. So we got everything ready to go. And when it comes to the middle part of the ship, we're going to put, so B deck is going to run from the stern all the way to just underneath the wheelhouse. We're going to be able to look in and see the deck, the walls. We're going to light that part. And again, don't mind all these wires because nothing's in place yet. It's just here to get it out of the way. But what I think we can do now is we're going to put it permanently. We're going to glue it to the deck. And because I was thinking about doing all the little extras on the decks before we glue them down. But I think with this one, with B deck, I'm going to want to get it all in position, the wiring all set, and then we can, when it's mounted permanently, we can think about putting like the crane and stuff on. So we'll do that a little bit later. So what we're going to do first, we're going to put the walls onto B deck. Yeah, because after that, it looks like the big structures that are going to go on A deck, I want to do the smokestack. And then we have to do the radar mast. That's going to be a project unto itself, because not only do we have to get it ready, we got to alter it, because I got to put the motor on it for the radar to rotate. But that's a little further down the road. So why don't we address this situation? And this is going to go on just like this. And remember, when we assembled it, we did it right on the deck itself to make sure that it would fit. So we're gonna glue it into position right now, and I like the Instacure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fit it to make sure everything is gonna be in place, because there's also little pieces that hook along the edge on the outer part, like on both sides. So I think, yeah, it's going to be tough. Yeah, I'm going to glue the whole part because it's going to be difficult to try to glue it in sections. But when we fit it on, I'm going to do those sections first, because they're going to hook onto the deck and it'll be like a guide. Alright, now I want to put the tabs in. Let me see if I can do it this way. All right, so we got them clicked into place. And I want to run down, and I want to make sure that it's going to be glued and it's going to be good to contact. So I'm going to have to put that on something. Let's see, I've got the box that we can rest it on. So what I want to do is I want to put something heavy on that just for a moment. So let's put this to the side. I want to put a little bit of weight. And what that's going to do is that's going to kind of seal it. So it's in position. I want the glue to solidify just a bit. So when it comes to the window frames, I like to use the frisket. And like we did for A deck or the deck house or the pilot house, we have put the frisket in, and when the light hits the frisket, it diffuses the light better. We did the same thing on the portholes in the bow of the ship. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut let me, not to get technical, but let me just do an approximation. I want to say maybe 1/4 of an inch, but let's just, yeah. So we'll do about between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. And I'm going to cut the lengthway. Because remember, all we really need to cover are the windows. And I'm thinking we might even be able to use one piece, but we'll see. So let's give the glue some time to dry. Okay, so they had a little bit of time to dry, and it's not fully cured yet. But what I want to do now is I want to put the windows, the lenses in, or the window panes. And I thought it would have been a little bit easier after putting the walls on. So we'll see. Either way, what we're going to do is we're going to take the frisket and we're going to cut what we need. So we're going to cut it right about here. Again, it's not about being super pretty or precise as long as we cover the portholes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put some of the glue. And again, we're not going to put a ton of it. I want to put just enough where it's going to keep the windows in place. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on the inside. So what we're going to do now is I want to do the same thing for the other side. We're going to take some of the, we're going to take the strip, I'm going to measure it out. again, all we need to do is cover the windows. And we're going to run a little bit of glue underneath. There. Hopefully you can see that as well. And now we just have to do these two little windows in the back. So we won't really need a lot. Again, I know that's tough to see. You know what? I think I'm going to put the lights out. You might be able to see it better. Now, when you put frisket on things, we actually put a lens, and that's what lights up everything. See? And there's a little bit of light leak, but that's okay because before we put it onto the deck, we're going to putty the seams so there'll be no light leak at all. So let's fit it into place, not permanently, just to show you guys what it's going to look like. Okay, so that's kind of tentatively in place. Nothing is glued, nothing is permanent. The wiring needs to be adjusted. But what I want to do is I just want to kind of show you guys. I'm wondering if we'll think about doing the B-deck, permanently gluing it into place, and then we'll have a wire feed coming up through. And again, all the wires will be cut, so it's not going to look like that. But I think in the next video, we're going to think about closing in B-deck, maybe getting things a little more neat on the inside with the wiring, and we're going to light B-deck as well. So my friends, I hope you're enjoying the build. I appreciate all the kind words, and until the next video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.